If you're a beginner, then I promise you in less than 18 minutes, you'll be able to make more than $100 per day using this smart money order flow with strong supply and demand zones, which you're going to be using the strong higher highs and lower lows to make your entries, okay? So the first thing you need to do, you need to have a high leverage account, so you can go ahead and open it. Go in the description, there's a link, you can use that. And then you need to study this, okay? You need to study this the break of structures where you can see the higher highs and the lower low. That's where the supply and demand zones are from, okay? So then you come to the real charts like this one here. You see there is a rally, then there's a base, then there's a drop, okay? So when price comes back to the original point, okay, where there's a rally base drop, the base there, okay, you'll be waiting for the base, and when price touches the base, boom, you make your entry, okay? It's either you go full margin or you go according to your account size. So that is what you'll be using right there. You'll be putting your sell limits, okay? Your sell limits, they'll be waiting for you there to be activated. So when that is happened, they'll be activated, and then you go down with your scalp, okay? I promise you this method works very well, and I'm going to be showing you a lot of examples in this video where I'll be trading so that you can get the hang of it, so that in less than 18 minutes you would have mastered it, okay? So if there's any way you don't understand, I want you to repeat this video, pause and study carefully, okay? Don't skip a second, because your scalping depends on it, okay? It depends on the quality of your scalping. So the first thing, now you have seen that this is a higher high, right? I've identified a higher high here, and then I have made sure this was a higher high by scrolling down. I'm sure you saw that. And then when you have noticed this, it means when price comes to this area, okay, price is not going to surpass this area and just continue buying easily. No, it's going to test the area, and then when it tests the area, it's going to fail. You see, it's something like that, okay? So you need to put your sell limits over there. Put your sell limits, okay? Go and put your sell limits. This is a high quality trade over there, because there's been an uptrend, and then there's a base, and then the price started dropping to the left over there. So it means when price comes back to the area to test the liquidity, it's going to fail, okay? It's going to fail. Have you noticed that when price wants to go in a certain direction, it first goes the other direction? Well, that's like a market manipulation, where it goes to take the orders which were filled on the other trade, and then comes back to the other one, okay? So now that you've made your setup, just sit back and relax, okay? Sit back and relax and wait for the price to be taken, okay? The sell limits. Once the price has been taken, then you have your scalp. I promise you, price will come to the area to test, okay? It will come. You see, like here, it doesn't even have to take long. It will come, and this works in any time frame you want, in any, okay? So here I'll put the number of my positions to trade with, okay? So this is GBP JPY, which I'll be trading here. So I'll put my sell orders here, okay? You put your sell orders, and then you wait. Then the magic, well, the magic. So the TP, you put it on the first place you see where there is price. There's an area where price has been discontinuing, where the area has been making some kind of noise, okay? Where there's a lot of price manipulation. There's also it's sort of like an area of supply and demand. So where you see there's price struggling to go straight from that point. So that's your straight your point of TP. So that's the first one here. You just find anywhere where price is started going back and forth on the same area, okay? Then an area of confluence that you might add. So when your TP has been hit, that's enough trade, okay? So I suggest you can go with a full lot size to make sure you utilize the trade, because I promise you this is one of the perfect setups which I use from time to time. Besides using the patterns, I just use this. You see, this has been an uptrend, which is a rally, and then there is a base, and then there's a drop. So it indicates that the price is a strong selling point on that area. There is a strong selling point, so we'll be needing to sell from there. Okay, so now we are waiting there where the price needs to sell. You just need to wait there, just wait. So from there here, we now wait again for price to just go back to our selling zone there. So that is where you have activated your sell limits, so price will have to respect and go down from there. Okay, then your TP, like I've told you, you put it there where there's an area of confluence, the first point while going down, and then that's your TP, and then you wait for everything to unravel. You wait to TP. You see, this strategy never disappoints. It never disappoints. You only need to find a current higher high, okay, or a current lower low, and then you just wait for the next point where it will come back to that area. Okay, make sure it's a major rally based drop or it's a major drop based rally. That's how it can work. So here we have a drop based rally. So in other words, I'm saying we have a lower low. That's a major lower low here. So you put your shadow zone area to indicate that this price you're going to be having to come back from there. Okay, so to make sure you utilize to make your profits, you need to have a high leverage account, not those ones with a very high spread. Okay, so you can go in the description, you can open one. I've put a link for you there. So we are having a drop. You can see we are having a drop, and then now we have a base, and then last but not least we are having a rally. Okay, so when price comes back to the area, we know it's gonna bounce back. Okay, sort of having like a price discontinuation or a small reversal, we might add. So you need to take advantage of the small reversal. You need to take advantage of that. That is the only way you can profit. Take advantage. Okay, so from there, that's the point where you are waiting for the magic to happen. So now you just let the price go on and about while you wait, and when the price comes back to the area, then you can finally take your revenge. Okay, you either go full margin or you can do whatever that you keep doing. As for me, I go semi full margin because my account is not that high. So let's say I have a $10 account. I just put like 0.01 cent and then just let the trade run, and then we'll see where we'll go. And then the TP, I've told you the TP, the first area of confluence to the opposite direction, which is somewhere like right there. Then you wait for price to go there, and when price goes there, you need to TP. Okay, don't wait, you need to TP, take your profit and leave. Okay, take your profit and leave. So here you see, if you have a small account, you can actually raise it. Just use a small lot and then everything will be fine. And then on another trade here, so it seems like we are having an uptrend. Okay, what do we have in common here? What do we have? Okay, we have a lower low here. That's a current lower low, not the definite lower low, but just a current. So in other words, it might be a lower high because we have the lower low but back there. Okay, so but we just want to work with this one. Okay, because the price started to change direction from there, so that's a current lower low which we have at the moment. So we are just going to be using that. Okay, so now we have a drop based rally, so which means that's a strong buying point with buying power. What can we do now? We wait price to do its thing until it touches. That's where we put your tools there. You set your apparatus and then wait for the game to be caught. So it's sort of like a game of waiting. Okay, I promise you per day you might have more than 15 entries of a trade like this, you go to the lower time frame. You can even utilize it even more. Okay, it doesn't matter for the time frame you are using. Is the quality of the trade which you are getting yourself into. That is what matters. Okay, so here, now that it has reached, you put your buy. Okay, since it's a strong buying point, when you put your buy, then you wait. When you put your buy, then you wait. You see, you wait. Upon putting your buy, there's just a little bit of floating loss, but that's all right. That's all right. Don't go that big. You see where I've put my TP? That's a good tipping point. I'm sure you've noticed in the previous trades. That's like there's always a point the same is like that one. So you just know that it's the other one. Okay, you just know. And then after entering a trade, you just wait. You just wait. You just wait. And the magic will do. When the order is filled, you wait. So yeah, you need to have a high leverage account. So just go ahead and open it, and then you can proceed, because if you have an account which has a high spread, you won't like it. You won't like it. Okay, so when the TP has been reached, I told you, and I'll promise you again, take your profits. Okay, don't continue the trades. You might not like it. Don't continue, because when it reaches an area of confluence, it might fail to go through the area, because the area will be strong, like the supply and demand zones, they'll be strong. So you might lose money. Okay, so you can TP there like what we've done here. You see the price decided to make some sort of reversal, so you can lose money when price has been doing that. It's not always the case that it will continue with your uptrend or with the trend which you were trading. It's not always the case. Anyway, so we have another trade here, because I want to show you more examples so that you get used to it. So now this is the current, right? I have a higher high and I have a lower low on my current trade here. So I'm going to take advantage of it, because I know when price goes up, it will activate my sell limits. When price goes down, it will activate my buy limits. Okay, it's just like that. It's very simple. You see, there has been an uptrend. Sorry, on the upside there is a rally based drop, and then on the downside we have a drop based rally. So on the buying side, I put my first TP there on the first area of confluence, and then on the selling point there, I've also put my first TP on another area of confluence, the supply and demand zone. So all you have to do is wait for the price to go and touch. I don't know which the first one, but we are eating either way. Either way, we are eating. So let's go. So you need to take notice, okay? You need to take notice of your very strong higher highs and higher lows, because price always comes to test the areas, okay? Price comes to test the areas. So you just make sure, okay, everything is intact, because price do test the area if it's strong or not. And if it's weak, then it will go through straight, like break. Anyway, now the price is running. Let's see where it will go first. Seems like it's going up. we just have to wait. Okay, so it seems like the price is hit. It seems like it has hit. So when price is hit like this, it means your sell limits must be activated. Okay, they have to be activated, and then if you haven't put any, you have to put them manually so that you can continue. You have to put them manually, and when you have put them manually, you also have to TP manually. Okay, you put your sell positions, you put them. If you have a small account, I'm sure you can use very small lot sizes. And well, going down from them, the first TP has been reached and we have 18 cents, so we just exit. So you have to put a big lot. That is if you want to make sure you want to make use of the profit. But if you are just testing the waters, then I'm sure you can do whatever. That is up to you. So now we are waiting for the downside here to be hit, which is almost now at the moment, like right there. Always make sure price is really hit, not just touch with a small wick. It has to be really hit like there, and then you can finally put your positions and attack. Like they have put my positions, and then you just wait. All for the first TP to be hit, and then you're out. Like right there, the first TP has been reached over there. That's the first area of confluence, not on the line there, the first area of confluence, which we have to the left, you can see. So you have to exit, because if you don't, you might suffer losses. Okay, so I want you to rewind the video on where you did not understand and then play it again. But this was very simple. I'm sure you got the hang of it, that the supply and demand zones are very strong, the higher highs and the lower lows. So I want you to practice. Okay, and do drop your comment if you have loved the strategy.